YouTube, welcome back to me learning EU5. We did some economy stuff with the market and the trading. Now we're going to look at the buildings. I mean, we did look at the buildings already. And actually, here we kind of see where we can build and stuff, I think. Building is open. Sergeantry, we are building. So I think we don't have a hospital, we can't afford it. We don't have a bridge. And here we can now choose where to build the bridge, kind of, I think. Example here. All pops from Bundesstaat in again, available laborers, promotion goes up, able to promote, requirements in Stockholm market to progress. This is what it costs. We could build a bridge here, but we're not going to build a bridge now. Okay, so production. We've got our society, cultural tradition. This is like, you know, the traditions, accepted cultures. Artists, one. We can support one artist. Work of art, assimilation rate. We are mainly Swedish. Religion, very good unity here. Religion breakdown. Holy sites, we don't have any. Diplomacy. Managed subjects. Kingdom of Scania. They're paying us some money, that's good. We have no rivals selected yet. Let's select some rivals. We are definitely not going for the duchy. We could go for the Grand Principality of Muscovy, but it's too far away. It won't benefit us at all. I think we should go for Sweden. We are kind of perfectly balanced, but we need to go for Sweden. What is this great Grand Principality of Vladimir? Where's Vladimir? Can I search for him? Vladimir. Yeah, that's too far away. Sort by the opinion of us, sort by country name. Yeah, we need to go for Denmark. This is going to be our rival for sure. Okay. I don't want to create subjects. Known countries, organizations, Catholic Church, Holy Roman Empire, and so on and so forth. Burgundian Frank Comtois Marriage Union. Actions. Friendly actions. Is Denmark rival to anyone? It's actually click on Denmark. Yeah, this is our stuff now, but yeah, let's click on them again. Friendly actions, hostile actions. Yeah, Atakwa, thanks a lot for tuning in and have a good night. Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm not really progressing that much yet, but it's in the nature of the game, I think. So we will see who their rival is going to be, and then we are trying to befriend them. Military. No army unit available, yeah, because I think we only have levies. So that's a bit problematic. Train a general. Navies, we don't have a navy. Geopolitics, known world. Okay, this is like Greenland and stuff. We could exploit, but without technology it's going to take ages and cost a fortune. Maritime zones. privateers, holy moly. Plagues, there are also plagues in this game. And let's go for the advances. Here are the ages, we know when they, change. And we are not researching anything right now, I think. And this is the advances tree. So Age of Traditions. Lots of the stuff has been researched already. Can I filter by stuff that's not researched? And we are about to change. No currently active research. We can't go for anything here, obviously. Interesting how the outliner collapses and then you still see a little bit. That's actually quite cool. If you recall the concept for Stellaris and all sorts of iron with those massive outliners, I prefer this very compact outliner. So now I need to research something. I think this is the only one we can research. Not in research queue. We can add it to research queue. Get progress. Possible clerics in towns and cities goes up, and the max literacy goes up as well. Let's do that. Okay, and this will lead to further stuff. So let's actually check this. It's called Research Queue 1. We are researching, should say here now, current research, organized religion. Now let's take a look here. Yeah, organized religion. This one. We don't have it yet. Then we get classic scholasticism, guilds, which I think will be good. Universal Christianity, also helpful. We can't research this. Why? We have embraced it. We haven't embraced it then, I guess. And yeah, so because we've probably got this one. Okay, so we've got this done. We've taken a look at the states, at the gold, at the stability. Total population. This is also cool that the map mode automatically changes. That's very interesting. Legitimacy, prestige, diplomats. War exhaustion, manpower, sailors. Ledger, fantastic. Find locations and stuff. That's also what I did with pressing F. Europedia. Automation. Okay. Basically nothing is activated, but they choose what to build. We can leave that on for now. Hints, we've done that. Agenda. Yeah, we've done that. I think now we need to look at this. Pops with needs. We can change that right now. Hardly any rebels. Good. Unprofitable buildings. The weapons within Viborg. And all our weaponsmiths, basically. What's going on there? They are all not profitable. You can subsidize it to keep it employing as many possible pops as possible, or it will lay off workers. Well, it could lay off workers if it's not profitable. Not sure why that is. Can we sell weapons? We need to see if we can sell weapons. Like become an arms trader. Where was that again? Trading. No, that's... Where is it? Where is the trade? Balance markets. It's not it. Let me quickly check. I need to check something for the baby. I'll be back in a few moments. Just bear with me. Okay, here we are again. And the timer, there we go. Okay. So rebel movements, unprofitable buildings. That's a problematic thing. Incompetent ruler. That's obviously really bad. And I need to keep the mobile phone switched on though, just in case. Okay. And unhappy states, possible cabinet actions. No capacity to instruct to do more cabinet actions. Okay, possible diplomatic actions, possible reforms, possible rivals. Welcome. Yeah, we checked that. So let's do one more reform then. Food, diplomatic reputation, religious influence. This ain't too bad. I mean, we would go towards traditional economy even further. State satisfaction, embrace institution cost would increase. But we have a tick towards traditionalist anyway. And more loyalty might be helpful, but no, I'm not convinced yet. Maybe let's go for the trade office. Trade range. But diplomatic reputation used to be good, but food production can also be very helpful. How do we stand with regards to serfdom? Do we like it or not? Let's check. Where was the values? Was it society here? Religion, culture? No. People? No. Societal values. Where are they? Where's the help is here? Societal values. Lost state. Okay, where can we find that? I want to find that. Government reforms country. So no good king. Let's check here. Where are they? I don't think it was here. I think it must have been society, right? Would make more sense. Religion, people. Societal, social classes. Diplomacy, it's not it. Yeah, well, let's go for friendly actions. Curry favors. I think we should try to be in good standing with the Grand Duchy. With the Livonian Order, maybe. Improve opinion. It costs us monthly diplomats. There are no individual diplomats. And it also costs an initial cost. Okay. Where can I find Those social stats. Total population. Prestige. Really weird, I can't find it right now. Yeah, it's our information. We can do some more cabinet action though, that was recommended. Could ya? No cabinet action assigned. Okay, that's what we need to do. Change societal values, local monthly development. Improve relations. Encourage migration. Expel people. Increase province control. Oh, that's nice. But he's more like a diplomat. Can I sort that by the type of action, maybe? Yes. Improve relations, assimilate. It's all not really what we need. What's the other dude like? He's also like a jack of all trades. He's a bit better, so he can increase control. I think upland. We can go maybe for like this, it's a bit further away. And he can also maybe, this guy can maybe develop upland. Should have done it the other way around, I guess. Maybe upgrade C. Okay. RGOs, missing employees, that's a shame. Possible reforms. Let's take another look. I think agricultural might be good. Where are those values? Political structure. It's all not clickable. Parliament. State parliament. Cabinet. Laws. State laws as well. Interesting. Values. Okay, that's it actually. And it was open when I returned actually from the baby, so should have known. So where is it? Traditionalist. It's moving in that direction. But currently we are a bit more innovative. It's good for literacy. Stability investment cost is lower. That's actually quite nice. Serfdom, we currently have 3 subjects. Yeah, I don't want serfdom, to be honest. Yeah, let's... I think it would be good to have something. Check. Maybe just enforce religious adherence, monthly religious influence increases. And we become traditionalist. Well, let's go for the trade. What's a foreign building? To build a building in a location owned by another country. We don't need that. I might just go for this, but or agriculture if we discover like a food problem. But I think I'm going to unpause now for the first time. Yeah. Holy crap, here we go. Okay, look at that. Our gold income has actually increased. We might be about to build something more. Rivalry declared. They have declared us their rival as well. Let's reduce the speed. Let's check if they have more rivals than just us. I would like to see like a list. Relations, okay. Sweden has declared Denmark as their rival. I do want to see that from a Danish perspective. Denmark and Scania. That's our... Yeah. Alliance with Brandenburg and Upper Bavaria. So who has an issue with Brandenburg? Potentially Poland. I think we need to improve our relations with them. They are very powerful. Once the diplomats go down, yeah, let's go. Improve that. We could do more. I think having the knights on our side would be quite nice as well. Okay, we've got that. Okay, okay. And for now, I think Novgorod. Being at peace with them, I don't want to fight in the east, would be helpful. There's also a lot of stuff you can do with all the pop-ups. Their happiness is improving. We send them to school or something. They lose happiness, but that's okay, I think, because it's trending to us 54.99, so that's still okay. We are gaining coin. Can we see the road network from here as well, or do we need to go for Stockholm? Effective control. Proximity. Building roads will help with that. But as you can see, there's already like a road network. It ends kind of here. And this is too far away, I guess, anyway. No, 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 don't do anything here. What did I just do? I didn't mean to. Is there any information here? No. So maybe I didn't do anything. Let's check. Where was the road? Parliament, cabinet, laws. Action. I think it was in the government somewhere. Proximity to capital. That's the thing. You really need to pay attention to what you're doing, and it's totally new for me. So let's see, where was the road? Let's check this again. See if we can improve. No. Road. Connection between two locations. Armies march faster as well. There's no direct... I think I was like here on the province, and there's the roads builder. Yeah, but this is very costly. Look at the prices. Yeah, we can forget about that. Could go build to Riesberger. Where's that? It's over here. Because it currently goes this way around. Don't think that's worth it. I1 cabinet guy. Is he doing something? Developing upland, okay. Okay, control actually went down a little bit here. Cool, we see the cathedral. Something possible reforms, I know. Trade has run out of supply. Sold from Lübeck market to Stockholm. Is getting outcompeted by the Hansa, who has a higher trade advantage. Yeah, that's bad. That's also like a system. You need trade advantage. And then you get stuff first. Okay, let's change back to normal map mode. Let's go for government. Terrain default. Political. Building-based countries. Pop-based countries. Government types. Country ranks. Dynasty. Court language. Integration. Looks good. Stability. Also good. Text space. Very bad. Development. Prosperity. Location ranks. Raw materials. It's important. Province food. Food productivity. Control. Okay, and suddenly we are at a minus. I don't know why. Diplomatic spending. I think we can reduce the diplomatic spending a little bit. And then we are almost making a profit again. Let's reduce the fort spending a little bit as well. So we make a slight profit. And I will let it run. I thought EU5 wasn't out yet. Yeah, it's not out yet, Splattered. In the chat, I've got the chat on the second screen, and once in a while I'm checking it. The release is on the 4th. This is like the preview build for press. So that's why I've got it already. You can only pre-order it, and if you actually pre-order it, which you can do on the Paradox website as well, you get the official soundtrack as like a free, like as a giveaway pre-order bonus kind of thing, and it's 203 tracks or so. Yeah, and the embargo for video coverage ended earlier today. That's why you see a lot of content, EU5 content now on YouTube and Twitch and so on. And there was before that there was even coverage, but that was like the big content creators. Okay, let's check. Let's check for trade again, because I feel like we need to get another building going. But for that I do want to check our trading, what we are actually missing. This is actually profitable. This one is not profitable. So salt is actually costing us. So let's actually trade locking is locked. So even when trade is automated, this trade will stay as is. That's actually cool. We're going to stop this trade. Maybe by right-clicking. Yes. And we have unused trade capacity. So what is it that we need? Pops. Where's the pops needs again? Let's check. Potters Guild, Stockholm Market. I think that's it. Sort by supply. Sort by goods balance. I think that's what we need to do. We need more clay. We're sorting that out already. We should get some fruit. We can get it from Nuremberg. Can we get more? Our merchants have begun trading fruit from Nuremberg market to Stockholm market. That's really cool. This trade system is like entirely new to Europa Universalis. We can have more rivals. It would give us more conciliatory as well, but it's not as important anymore, I think. It's not making a profit. The vile Grand Principality of Muscovy has declared us their rival, so we can declare them our rival as well. We are stronger as well, so that's good. And Oreshek as well. Oreshek is here. We could maybe attack them eventually. Buildings missing inputs. We need clay and jewelry. We don't have the capacity for that. So let's check the Stockholm market. I wonder if there's a way to show us all the buildings we can build. This is our resource gathering operations. So we're currently already improving on that. And I think we just need to click on the individual guys in order to see what can be done. A scriptorium. Required production method. Okay, we would produce books with that. I think this would be quite helpful because we need books for university. A tannery. Potter's Guild. Die maker. What do we need for that? Possible production method. They need lumber actually only. Do we have people for that? 200 are needed, and we do have them. What does the jeweler need? Gold or silver? We don't have any of them. Let's build one die maker in Stockholm. And all of a sudden it's minus 2.2. It's maybe because we're buying some resources. Trade income is 1.55. Okay, let's speed things up a bit. It's really interesting to play without an army. I mean, how would we get an army? Raise levies? But we can only do it in war. We can't recruit regulars. Because we don't have any manpower. But for that we are building... Okay, we can actually click this away. All those small notifications here. No, we can't. Can we? Yeah, I think they will just stay there and then eventually it'll change. I can click here as well. I wonder if things will pop up. I hope so. Incompetent ruler. That's so bad. What's happening here? The Karelian Rebellion of 1337. The lands of Karelia became a battlefield between Veliki Novgorod and Sweden after our country got a foothold in Viborg. Yeah, that's Viborg. And what I would like to do actually is like fully maintain this particular fort, but not the others. I don't know if that's possible actually. Like in EU 4. and so to project our influence in the region, which collided with the Novgorodian outposts over the river Neva. This led to war, which was concluded by the Treaty of Göteborg in 1323. In recent times, an opportunity has arisen to support the Karelians to rise against them and weaken their country. We should take advantage of this opportunity. This would cost us gold. If we change towards belligerent, that's fine by me. We gain prestige and support the independence fighters. Yeah, let's do that. This is the first of our events. That's like the Karelian Isthmus should be like this, I think. Neva. I can't. Or can I? Quiet production method? No. I don't think I can, maximize this with regards to maintenance. Now we're losing coin. That's really odd. I think it must have to do with like shifting control. 100 Years War. In the year of 1337, I think that was one of the reasons for the starting year was like the 100 Years War. Tensions between the Kingdom of England and the Kingdom of France have reached a breaking point. The long-standing disputes over territory and claims to the French throne have erupted into open hostilities, marking the beginning of the 100 Years War. Both nations are now preparing for a protracted conflict that will shape the destiny of Western Europe. The world watches as these two great powers prepare for their inevitable clash on the battlefield. The 100 Years War, that's now historic information, that's cool. The 100 Years War was a long and brutal conflict between England and France that lasted from 1337 to 1453. It started when the English king claimed the French crown, arguing his right through his mother's bloodline, while the French rejected this under their own laws. Both sides already had overlapping territories in France, which only fueled the fire. What followed was a prolonged on-and-off war, filled with battles, betrayals, and shifting alliances that dragged on for over a century and shifted the geopolitical landscape of all of Western Europe forever. Okay, there we go. I think that's not really going to affect us. And I think we could actually stop improving this relationship, but let's keep it improving. We can still, change things around. Yes, well, okay, we can do something here. We could join the alliance, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want to lose my peasants. What are they building? A sergeantry, okay. The Lord Republic of Veliki Novgorod have de-escalated the situation, choosing not to challenge our support for the Karelian rebellion. We gain 10 prestige. That's good. Gain more prestige, getting reputation, market attraction, and so on. And we soon really need those buildings to improve our income. 27 days, that's good. Pop needs. We need more fur. Fine cloth. Produce good. This type of goods that is produced by pops working in a building. In many cases, those buildings require raw goods that you get with those resource gathering operations. We need coal. How do we increase our trading capacity? That would be really nice, actually. La 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 la. Trading capacity. Trade. Economy. Trading. Count trades. We could reduce the gold trade. What we can also do now, because I think we've got some gold now in our market, we can and should start minting. Here you see, now we've got gold, which means we can start minting. That's the inflation. It's still reducing. We don't have any inflation just yet. We can go to 0 inflation. We need to turn down the volume, I think, a bit. She has some very passionate singing. Possible reforms still open. RGOs missing a lot of people. Okay, now we get this is about to be finished. There we go. And now this starts. So this was actually queued. And this will finish on 13th March, 1339. So it will be the last building. $230 days. We are still in the negatives. But there's we will see what happens when the monthly tick takes place. Because I think this should have helped us out quite a bit. No, not really, actually. Still missing people, I think. Peasants able to promote, quite a few. Trade has around to supply, the fruit trade. That's a shame. Let's cancel it then. And let's check our market. Trade advantage is really bad. Now the Stockholm market. We get some jewelry maybe. I need to click on this from Cologne. We could go for this. Would be quite a nice profit actually. This should help out quite a lot. Let's see. I think it already helped out. Still in the negatives. Trade has run out of supply. Let's pause. Silver from Prague market. So we need to change that around. Now we can import something else. Suggested trades for government, suggested trades for building needs is actually fine cloth. Let's get it then. It's not super profitable. Population needs. Fur would be very helpful. Let's get fur because it's profitable. Let's get it from Riga. And that should bring us into the positives. With the next tick. So what could we build here? A market village, for example. It's like a basic minimum building. But we don't have the coin. Let's see if the situation is improving. Unhappiness among the merchants, conflict and protests with merchants over our taxes, port duties, navy requisitions, trade laws, and customs are becoming quite frequent and are having counterproductive effects for our economy. We can reduce trade investments for 2 years or get rid of the troublemakers. Let's reduce trade investments. That's a bit of a shame. Look at this. I think the year landscape is changing because it's December. There's lots of snow now. Gravel road to Sala is being built. What? Okay, that's interesting. Not sure why that's happening. A new outbreak. The people of Kirolia despair as their families and neighbors succumb to the relentless outbreak of smallpox, currently spreading throughout the area. Neighborhoods once bustling with activity now echo with worry and uncertainty. Unfortunately, there's little we can do to stop the spread of disease in our territory. That's bad. We wonder. I could cancel the construction. But there's no street to Sala yet, so it's actually not too bad. It's kind of central as well. Might actually help. We'll see. Doesn't tell me where it is. We need to go here and then we can find it. Okay, is there anything new down here? No. So I wonder why there's no like trade capacity up here. That would be helpful. We're losing now a lot of cash. Cost of the court. Fort maintenance, food. Buildings, cost of the court, diplomatic spending, trade expense. Okay, the trade is going downhill. Let's reduce this. This also went to 0. This is not very profitable. Let's bring this down a bit. Let's sort by what we can gain. So you would gain most by trading with Novgorod. Let's do it then. And then next up is liquor from Riga. And then Stockholm Bordeaux. So just imports for profit. That's an interesting category. Let's do that as well. So trade really, really important. Let's get some more gold. But this is actually making negatives. Let's stop this. This is very odd. Oh, I didn't create that. Okay. I was... Okay. Let's create this. Let's stop this. Let's get this from Bruges. It should be profitable, but it's not. I think there must be some calculation that is not included here. Let's improve the opinion of these guys in Scania. Make them more happy. And here we can see developing upland. We can here immediately see how far they've gone already. That's good. There's no new stuff happening down here. That's odd. We did some trade orders, but they didn't really appear here. We're still losing gold. But not due to trading anymore. We lose a little bit here. The die maker will be ready in 52 days. Is there like a building queue that we can see? There must be like a building queue or something. We'll finish on 26th May, but it's going up. That's really odd. Is that a bug? Oh, the die maker is now ready. Maybe some resources were missing. And now we are finally building the sergeantry. So bear in mind, you can only build like one building at a time. And the gravel road is almost ready. So let's see how this changes the proximity. Let's speed things up. 23 days, 22, 20. We're now gaining cash, that's good. Not much, but still. Gravel road is now -7, -9. Don't know why. I think there was resources missing. Or maybe still is. The resources need to be transported, I guess. It's the only explanation I have right now. Gravel road is ready. And has it improved things? I'm not sure. The growing tension of the past years between Sweden and Novgorod is not being restricted only to border conflicts, but also to the religious issue. As the pretendant of each country consider the other to be schismatic. This topic has come to the mind of King Magnus IV of Bielbo, which has decided to promote a risky offer for Novgorod, hold a theological debate to determine which confession is right on its dogma, the loser country having to convert to the other. Some of his advisors think that is a wonderful idea, while others are more cautious. We will challenge him. And the Novgorod dude is, I think, way more skilled than us. How are we supposed to... They are just filthy... yeah. Because I don't want to become orthodox with my Sweden, so let's just say that. Still missing a lot of employees, buildings missing input, we're missing jewelry. Which buildings are missing jewelry? Pop needs. So we're not currently building anything that will bring us gold, so that's a bit of a problem. We have now researched organized religion, which gives us the following benefits. Possible clerics in towns and cities, max literacy. Now let's go for the advanced tree and see what else we can go for. Institution growth, possible burghers, and monthly diplomas. Let's go for the literacy for burghers. The guild is an association of merchants or craftsmen who have come together for mutual protection, aid, and for the pursuit of their own interests. Guilds establish monopolies of their goods and trade and set standards for the quality and price of their goods. Now, nowadays, companies and administrations and so on, they have also guilds. And the purpose of a guild is, it has a topic like, let's say, AI or the use of AI as an example. And then you are supposed to promote this topic in your organization. You can have like coachings and, see how to implement stuff and whatnot. And actually the word guild comes, I think, from gildere, which means to drink together, which is really funny. So let's go for that. Rush of merchants. Trade expansion has led to a growing desire among our merchants to start new trade ventures. Welcome extra merchants. We gain rush of merchants. Burgers' trade capacity goes up quite a bit. Or extra benefits. Trade advantage. Let's go for welcome extra merchants. Then we can trade more. We need to pause for that now, because I don't want to miss out on the coin. Economy. Trading. Manual trade capacity is actually still the same. And how can I change my trade capacity? Let's check. Trade capacity. Yeah, well, I think we would have to go for the wiki or the dev diary. Possibly like buildings and such. But with our coin, it's really difficult. Obviously buildings cost as well. Trade income is very limited actually. Could we actually export stuff? I think it would just be demanded from us. Maybe. Or can we export? Missing inputs. Jewelry and fine cloth. I mean, we did build this rural cloth maker. He's making using wool cloth makers, and there are no laborers currently. He's using wool to make cloth, but what we need is fine cloth actually. They could get a market village, but just not yet. The one buildings missing employees, that's very bad. I really hope they get some. Current employment 1878, but where are they? Peasants can be theoretically promoted. Now with the burghers, we don't really get more trade capacity. But let's check the reforms again, because I now feel like foreign diplomatic range and trade range might actually be helpful. Let's do it. Okay. Now this was supposed to be ready like ages ago, but there's still a need for leather and masonry. It needs to be, all this stuff needs to be delivered. 595 days delayed, basically. We kind of need more sturdy grains, which we could build here. Yeah, without coin, we can't build anything really. And we're now losing money again. My guess is it's due to trade. Yeah. A daughter is born, Christina. Let's call her Helga. Let's reduce this a bit because it's not making that much profit. What is suggested for people is this. This from Bruges would be nice, I mean. And this is for profit. Some jewelry from Cologne. And Lübeck. And Praha. And here it's not appearing. I don't know why that is. Open setting. Here you can do all those settings. But this is not. Even when I click it and press OK, it's not disappearing. I think that must be a bug. Now this promises a huge profit. Okay, now it doesn't. Okay, let's go for this then. Let's go for fur from Novgorod. Doesn't work. This is now not the same visuals, I think. That's weird. Okay, this is what I wanted to see again. Okay. For building needs, yeah, let's go for. Let's get this from Krakow. Trade over large distances can be risky if profitable. The weather brigands and pirates remain a threat on land as well as on the water. Normally the Borger stranded can cope with a certain amount of mishaps and they have their own ways to protect themselves and ensure their cargo. Lately, however, things have been going badly for a large number of merchant families. And some are on the brink of bankruptcy. Compensate them? We don't have the coin for that. I'm really sorry. Underage air. Let's close that. Our chancellor reports. We bring sad news. Knut has died. That's bad. Is there like a notification now? Yes. Let's pause quickly. It's almost the next month. Oh, they're all not so good. This one is slightly better. We might need him as a... Well, let's take him. We can... I don't know if he can still become an officer. We will find out. Okay, let's unpause. Thanks a lot to still 18 people watching in the stream. Thank you very much. So this is the manpower we are getting up to a maximum of 116. Turn down the volume a little bit, I think. But yeah, smallpox, we can't do anything. We could recruit like one stack of footmen. Trade has run out of supply. Let's stop that then. We want gold. There's no gold. Let's go for the profit. Okay, actually, we can export down here. Making a profit of 0.26. Let's do it. Inefficient minting, unfortunately. Because we need gold. I think we need to cut our expenses a little bit. Our legitimacy is already quite high. Growth of Stockholm attracts Bondestandard. It seems as if Bondestandard are moving out of the hinterlands of Kastelholm and aim to earn a living here. We accept. Centralization, yeah. Let's do it. Let's reduce this. Now we have to take a loan. That's a big shame. Okay, this is now giving us a minus. That's not what I want. Need to increase the taxes a little bit. Okay, we are now paying interest. That's bad. We need to reduce the fault maintenance. Get us into the positives. Riksdag possible. We can now call in our estates to the Riksdag to resolve any parliament issues. In Stockholm. Let's debate. Huh. We gain army tradition. Let's go naval infrastructure. Parliament has been called. Okay. Will be a bit costly, but it should be okay. Okay. What's happening here? First Navy. The influence of Stockholm. The current debate in the Riksdag on how to best protect domestic production has attracted the attention of many in Stockholm. This important position in the Riksdag has come to support us in the debate, in the hope that it will benefit from the suggested policy. Good. And again, we're losing a lot of coin. We could intervene against Moscow. But I don't think we will. Minting is not very efficient at all. We really need to get gold again. Now let's see what happens if we automate the trade here, if that actually helps us. 1.51 is the minus. Let's see. You need to get a drink. Let's see what the AI does. Yeah, pretty much the same. But we're not getting any gold. We need to pause. Because we really need to get gold. Stockholm, let's get that. What's that? Is that iron? No, that's silver. I don't think I want to automate trade, to be honest. Okay, the recent banking crisis in Tuscany has led to the collapse of one of the banks that lent us their gold. In this financial chaos, we believe we can get away with not repaying the loans to what remains of the bank. Oh, The Tuscan bank crisis of the 1340s manifested itself in the bankruptcy of three powerful Florentine banks, the Bardi, Peruzzi, and the Acciaioli families. The economic crisis was caused by multiple factors, the most important being the troubles of the Florentine Republic, found itself in following the war against the Della Scala in 1337-1338 and the later campaign against the Republic of Pisa. Another significant contribution factor was the excessive lending done to King Edward III of England, who was unable to repay the loans. Again, lack of financial credibility scaled by plus. We lose a little bit of... Yeah, let's do that. The fate of southern Holland. The King of Denmark is still in debt, and we have the money to spare. We could offer to buy Laholm and Aspo from them to unify our lands in Scania. That would be great. In 1341, King Magnus IV Eriksson of Sweden acquired southern Holland from the impoverished Danes. The purchase was a diplomatic and strategic victory, securing Sweden a stronger presence on the western coast and closer access to key trade routes. Though Holland would later become a battleground between Denmark and Sweden, the acquisition marked an early assertion of Swedish influence in the region. But it would cost us 250 gold. But yeah, let's do it. With the debt, it's no problem. The King of Denmark have accepted. And yeah, trading silver. We can fur, but this is not changing down here. I think this is a bug. Well, mentions we have begun trading silver and from Stockholm to Moscow market. Okay. So Laholm and Halstead are new. As you can see, we hardly gain any coin. So from this perspective, it was not worth it because our control is so limited and the distance is massive. So we're going to need to make a debt. Yeah, here we take out loans. It was done automatically. Good. Why did they take out 359? I think that's with including the interest. One of the more difficult things about being a parliamentarian has less to do with the debates in Stockholm, but more with how to sell the debates and compromises to the people back home. Still, a local Riksdag member will often have an easier time explaining a new text than would the collector sent by the central government in less representative systems. It seems that the Riksdag members in general, and the ones from Sala in particular, have become so adept at defending policies that we have seen a resulting rise in the support of the central government as a whole. It's good. Okay. We have researched guilds, that's very good. So now we can go for something down here as well, diplomatic capacity. Cost of purchasing food reduced, I think is quite helpful. Let's go for that first. Monthly army tradition is quite nice. Yeah, actually I prefer the other path. See, we get diplomas, not so important, but cultural tradition, stability investment. That would be really good. Let's go for this. Let's cancel this. And go for Roman Orthodoxy. And then go for stability investment. Unfortunately, we are still losing coin, albeit not much. In an effort to unify and modernize the legal framework of our society, King Magnus IV has enacted a comprehensive legal code known as the King Magnus IV's Country Law. This legislation replaces the old provincial laws with a standardized legal system, strengthening royal authority and promoting fairness across the land. However, while the Adelsstrand and the Borgerstrand welcome the legal clarity, some regional lords resist the erosion of local privileges. How shall we implement this legal reform? Magnus Eriksson's Landslag, enacted in 1341, was Sweden's first attempt to unify its legal system by replacing the older provincial laws with a standardized code. It strengthened royal authority, promoted fairer judicial practices, and improved legal consistency across the kingdom. While it modernized governance, it faced resistance from local lords who were reluctant to cede their traditional privileges. Yeah, let's go. Centralization. Okay, now suddenly we are losing so much. The trades ain't actually that bad. The interest, obviously, is the factor, I guess. The minor scandals occurred in Stockholm. During the current debate, it seems that rather than attending the sessions personally, some members of the Riksdag were out disturbing the peace and harassing their fellow countrymen. The outrage is great, both among their peers and in the streets, and this incident is likely to haunt future parliaments for years. Let it slide or arrest them. Let's arrest them. Okay, now we need to reduce that. We need to not lose that much money. We're not gaining anything here, so let's just stop that. Suggested imports for profit. Suggested exports for profit. Okay, let's see. We failed to get increased naval infrastructure through the Reichstag. We lost 7 stability, that's bad. And here I'm going to stop the YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching. Until then, bye for now.